Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. Before we look at all the charts, just want to encourage you, as usual, to please click like if you haven't already. Please become a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber and share the content, if you would, with friends and colleagues. And please check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Tesla report, daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as two individual stock picks every week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% swings or more on those underlying stock picks. We also offer a 5-day free trial up front. So if you sign up for Wicked Stocks, you have 5 days to determine whether you like it or not. You'll be able to see everything. And if you don't like what you see, you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever. So, Tuesday's daily Tesla report. I always like to start with the big picture and work my way into the day itself. The big picture is having come off of this longer term resistance, now at 299.81, this channel top that we tested a lot about a month ago, and for the preceding month of that, below which the channel bottom that is presently at 211.06 on the daily chart remains in reach over the next month or two. And consistent with that view was the settlement last week, about a week ago, 4 trading days ago, below the 252.49 rising 1/3 speed line that is projected off that January low. That set us up for a 2 to 3 week target at 211.06, which this channel bottom at 211.06 is rising daily and converging over the next week and a half or so with the 217.65 February 23 high. So it is essentially anticipating 217.65. If sooner than later, yes, 211.06. And we'll be watching this obviously on a daily basis. So holding below 252.49, we maintain a 211.06 channel bottom target over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And that pretty much summarizes it. Now, if we were to settle back above 252.49, that's another story altogether. And I'll get to that in just a moment. But let's zoom in a little bit here on the day itself and show this. 246.39 is a level that can contain session activity. In fact, both levels you see here able to contain session weakness at 235.23. We opened above, yet slipped below that on Monday, obviously settled above it. It remains able to contain session weakness. 240.66 intraday resistance, nothing more than Monday's high. And so if we push through 240.66, that actually allows 246.39 intraday, where a daily high can be placed. We could fall off from here into into Wednesday. Closing above 246.39 would signal essentially this area here, the 252.49 rising 1/3 speed line that we settled below last week, and this descending channel top at 255.26 that is now based in part on Monday's low. This area narrowing daily over the next couple of days. This will be a zone into later week. And once again, it is expected if we close today above 246.39. So in terms of the next day or two, if your time horizon is the 3 to 5 day swing trader, which I like to use a lot in terms of my timing, we could trade inside the 35.23 to 46.39 region. Closing above 46.39, 3 to 5 day swing traders should be out or long, one of the two, not short, because we should within a day or two of that test this 255.26 level, this formation here, which I showed you a moment ago is converging with the 252.49 long-term speed line. This area, if tested this week, and once again is expected tomorrow if we close today above 246.39, this area able to absorb buying for the week itself through next week even, and from here we could fall back again to 211.06 over the following 2 to 3 weeks. So this remains a 2 to 3 week target below the 252.49 to 252.26 area. Now, it would be a settlement at this point in time above 255.26. I think that indicates not only a good August low, but bullish continuation to 299.81 over the following 3 to 5 weeks. And on the way up, we certainly have 273.49 as a 3 to 5 day objective above 255.26 that can contain weekly buying pressures. But having closed, if we close back above this 52.49 to 55.26 region, I think within 3 to 5 weeks at the most, back to that 299.81 area. If we zoom in a little bit, it looks kind of like this. Closing above 255.26, we see 73.49 pretty quickly, possibly within 3 to 5 days, and we could fall off of here for a week, but it would be back into the low 250s where we could buy back in anticipation of 299.81. I know there's a lot of rotation there that I'm imagining, but I'm going to really kind of stick more with the speed line. This long-term speed line, having closed below it, did set up a 2 to 3 week sell signal at 211.06. And if we close back above this long-term speed line, I think it sets up for a 2 to 3 week rally to 299.81, which is once again the long-term channel top that, if tested over the next 3 to 5 weeks, can absorb buying on a monthly basis by that point in time through October perhaps, and we could fall off again from here. It would be a weekly settlement above 299.81 by a 1% margin that would set off a significant secondary long-term buy signal. The first long-term buy signal we had was several months ago above 176.78, and that the initial target was the 299.81 channel top. Ultimately, I do think 414.49, the November 21 all-time high, is in reach. The timing of that is next to impossible, but I will say that closing above 299.81 at the end of any week by a 1% margin, that formation should actually yield an accelerated rally within 3 to 5 months to 414.49. Until then, we're kind of locked in this channel structure. That does allow the market to fall back into the 210s, the 211.06 formation over the coming weeks, and that was essentially confirmed, if you will, following the settlement last week below 252.49. Let's get back to where are we? Is this it? Yes, it is. 235.23. So I'm going to scroll down just a little bit so we can see the support and resistance areas here. That if we close today below 235.23, and it is ultimately expected, not necessarily today, Tuesday, but over the next week or so, I would say, because we are still anticipating 211.06 following the settlement below 252.49. So if we close today below 235.23, we should within a day or two ease back to 223.85. And that is a downside 3/8 Fibonacci from the January low against that more recent July high. We could get a nice bounce off of there, but I don't like to crowd my area, my levels, and I'm really sort of sticking with 211.06 as our objective. The minor points, the session containment levels, they are all carefully chosen. 235.23 did hold on Monday. If we close below it, I think by Wednesday's close, we test 223.85. And if we close below 235.23, I think by the end of next week, we wind up testing that 211.06 level, which, as I've been saying, actually converges by the end of next week with 217. I don't know why I've got 217.32 is the channel bottom on August 25th, which is the convergence really of 217.65, the February high. You know, I think I have said it all. There's not much else to say beyond what I already have. I will leave you with this image today, selling upward retracements into the low to the mid 250s for the next few days, anticipating the 210s over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And that is all I've got for Tuesday's Daily Tesla Report. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. You have a great day.